up, folks? This is it. This is our second go, man.
Second go, first time. First time, second go.
Right. Okay. So this is the American Nightmare Podcast. I am Tim Holbrooks Jr. and this is Anthony Hackenslash.
Hey.
Everybody out there's got a goddamn podcast now. So I figured, why the fuck shouldn't I do it? So we're gonna try it. This is our second run because we tried it earlier about a couple hours ago, and I realized that I pushed the wrong button and I did the whole fucking podcast and didn't record a fucking thing. So this is our second.
You did record. You recorded an hour.
I recorded silence, and it's bullshit. So we're trying to be professional about this, you know. But I really want to get this thing done. So I'm already about 6 beers in, and it's probably not going to be very professional. But I guarantee next week it'll be more professional. We're going to try to do our best here to keep it as politically correct as we can. Just for you people that might be listening, this is about fucking wrestling, and we are not wrestling historians. You're not going to get any kind of wrestling history here on this podcast. You're just going to hear a lot of shit.
You might get some history because we've watched for a long time, but that's not who we are.
That's not who we are, and we don't.
That's not what this is about.
Right. So basically, we're just going to cover. We're going to do like a Raw recap on WWE and some SmackDown stuff, and talk about other shit that we don't like. Like I said, this is our first go at this, so if you don't like it, then don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. All right.
Now I got a disclaimer real quick. I could get a phone call, and that might make things sound weird and feel weird for a minute.
Don't worry about that.
We're going to try to work our way through that, and it may not even happen. But you as the listener knows, at some point it could get sideways with a phone call.
Everything's going to get sideways. All right. So if it happens, it's not a big deal.
That's just my disclaimer.
We'll just mute the podcast and return back to it when we're ready. So, like I said, I'm Tim. This is Anthony.
Hey.
It's Sunday.
No, it isn't.
Fuck, I did it again. It's Saturday.
Yeah.
April what?
13th.
April 13th. All right.
Yesterday was my dad's birthday, even though he's dead.
Oh well.
April 12th.
I'm sorry about that, bro.
I'm just telling you, I know what day it is.
Okay. Well, you're gonna keep track of the time and date then.
All right, I'm time date guy.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess I'll just start out with my week. My week's been shitty. Been out of work for the last almost month. I quit my job out almost a month ago. Doing job searches, dealing with lawyers and a bunch of other fucking drama. Been dealing with a car accident I got into back in November 17th, and the fucking people at the impound yard are trying to charge me $5,000 for fucking storage fees on my truck. It's just a fucking mess. Other than that, I got really fucking drunk last night and came home, woke up, started the fucking podcast, our first podcast. Realized after an hour into the damn thing, I wasn't recording it. So this is our second go, like I said earlier. We're going to do this, so I want to turn it over to you. How was your day?
Day's fine. I slept late, bro. I got up a little after 11.
What's new?
Well, I don't do that on the weekdays.
Oh, that's right. You're a responsible working citizen during the work days, but
I do have a job, and I go to it.
It's more than I can say.
As far as my week, it's pretty much go to work and walk a dog and watch TV and drink and smoke. But I did yesterday watch the Bumblebee movie. That's what I did this weekend.
All right, yeah, let's start it out with that before we get into our wrestling shit. Let's hear your.
Do you want to start it out with that? Because it's
sure, why not?
It's a James Cena thing, a John Cena thing.
Yeah, just hold on. Just before we get into that, there might be some spoilers in this fucking movie review. So
well, I'm just saying, I kind of think I want to hold on to my review until you get into your Raw review, and then you mention Cena, and then I go into it. Or
okay.
Would you rather we just do it now?
Just get it over with now. It's like I don't like fucking Transformers. I watched it when I was a kid. I am not a huge John Cena fan, so I will not be watching this movie.
Well, Bumblebee is a Transformer, and he takes the shape of a 1972, maybe 69, fucking yellow Volkswagen Beetle, and it starts off and there's a big war going on with the Decepticons and the Transformers, and the Transformers are losing to the Decepticons, and Optimus Prime tells Bumblebee, "You got to go to Earth. We found this little hidden planet, and it'll be great. You go and protect the planet, and we'll come and meet you later, and we'll be great. And if you don't protect the planet, if the Decepticons come and you fail, well, not only is Earth dead, which involves us, but their whole big plan is gone." So Bumblebee comes and they find Bumblebee. When
Well, where does Cena play a part in this movie? What the fuck is he doing?
Cena is a military commander that when the Decepticons come, they come like asteroids, like fireballs out of the sky.
Military? Was he like Army or Navy or what is he?
Yeah, he's like, I want to say Army or Marine.
Air Force maybe?
Army or Marine is what I want to say.
Of course he's a fucking Marine because every fucking movie he's done has been the Marine, right?
He did the first Marine
Yeah,
movie.
I watched that one. I haven't watched any since.
Well, the other ones were Miz.
Yeah.
So, anyway, he plays the guy who is military, and when these fireballs, which are the Decepticons, come out of the sky, he's like, well, this ain't good. Let's kill him.
Let's kill him.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought this movie was rated PG. You don't use the word kill.
PG-13, and you can.
He said kill him?
Yeah, you can absolutely use the word kill.
Okay.
You can't use fuck.
Well, yeah, if you use fuck more than twice, it's rated R, right?
Or, yeah.
Because I've watched movies like that in the past. Like
PG-13, you can absolutely say I'll kill you.
You can say fuck like once in the movie and still be PG-13, but like if you do it twice, it's R, right?
I don't know the number,
Yeah.
but I'm sure there is one. So there's this other weird doctor who is working with the Marines, and he's like, well, let's let the Decepticons. They've introduced themselves to the military, and they said, hey, we're trying to find this Bumblebee dude. They don't call him that. They call him B, the B-714.
Why don't they call him Bumblebee? I thought that's his name, right?
That's his American name.
So they're already fucking up the movie by changing his name.
No, the little girl changed his name.
Okay.
The little girl that found him said, you're Bumblebee. But his name in the Decepticon Transformer world is, I don't know the number, but it's B-716 or something like that. So the Decepticons figure out that he's here, and they're coming to get him and kill him and find out where Optimus Prime is. And his job is to protect Earth until Optimus Prime gets here. So the Decepticons introduce themselves to the military, and they say, we need to find this guy, B-713. He's real bad. He's going to hurt you guys. You guys need us to find him, and we're going to save the world.
Obviously, by the title, he's the main character in the movie.
Who?
Bumblebee.
Yes, the robot transformer, B-717. He's the main star. So anyway, the Decepticons convince the military to let them use all the satellites so they can locate this motherfucker. They find him, and there's a battle. And in the beginning, the military is going, well, if we let the Decepticons use our satellites and stuff, they'll find the guy that they're looking for, and then, after they're done with their little mission, we'll experiment on him and kill him. And John Cena's like, cool, as long as we get to kill him. And then the fight starts, and then eventually John realizes Bumblebee's actually the good guy. And at the end of the movie, John Cena's helping Bumblebee.
Well, that was a big jump. You're at the end now?
Yeah, I don't want to take too long, bro.
Yeah, well, like I said, we don't want to spoil it for anybody.
I'm not trying to tell you
If you haven't watched the movie yet, it's already been out. How long has it been out? It's been out for a while, right?
I do want to mention the ridiculous part, which is where the Bumblebee has two passengers in him, and they're running from something, probably the Decepticons, I don't really remember. But they're running, and
Decepticons are the Rudos. They're the heels, right?
yes, they're the bad guys. And all of a sudden, Bumblebee takes over because the escape chase thing that they're doing, the humans can't handle it, and he's a transformer, so he starts driving on the side of a cliff and around, and it's crazy.
A lot of CGI bullshit.
Well, at this point, they go off the road. There's a guardrail, and an arm comes out of the engine back part of a Volkswagen and grabs the handrail and kind of swings him back in. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. He's not transforming into a robot, but he's using his transformed robot arm out of the engine of the Volkswagen to grab the thing and swing him back into the roadway. And they did that twice, bro.
Yeah, and you were saying earlier, like they went from like a little Volkswagen car and became a huge robot, right?
Oh yeah, he's like 15 feet tall.
Yeah, it's like alien technology. They're from a different world.
I didn't have any problem with that. The problem I had was this arm coming out of the car and just arbitrarily being used, and then not being there later. That other than that, it was a good movie.
Basically, you got to what's that saying? You got to suspend your belief there. You know, like okay, this huge robot can come out of this little fucking car. How the fuck are you gonna make people believe that?
I'm not explaining it well. I'm talking about the car stays a car, and one little robot arm comes out of the. You know, in a Volkswagen Beetle, the engine's in the back.
Right.
And it's got that little flap. So the flap comes up, and a robot arm comes out of the engine, grabs a hold of the arm rail. The car is still a car. And he switches the car up into the roadway, and then the arm goes back into the car like it wasn't there. And I'm like, okay.
How's that arm fit in there? That's like a big-ass arm, right?
That's bullshit. Either turn into the fucking man machine or stay the car machine.
That's why I don't watch these movies, folks.
But it was a car machine with an arm that worked on its own and saved the day. It did that twice, and I couldn't take those two parts. Other than that, good movie.
So you liked it?
It was worth the $2 from Netflix.
Out of 5-star rating, what do you give it? How many stars do you give it?
3.
3?
Out of 5.
I probably wouldn't give it 1, but
I know we like different kinds of movies.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't like John Cena and I don't like Transformers, but I got nothing against the guy. He's a hard worker, man.
So what happened on Raw? Are you going to talk about how you're not going to talk about WrestleMania?
Yeah, I did watch some of WrestleMania. I watched a few matches, but the internet was on the fritz for a couple days, so I didn't have the opportunity to watch everything. What did I watch? I saw the Triple H and Batista match.
That started off great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Batista fucking just ruined the whole fucking thing. He couldn't even get in the ring right, dude. He comes out, has a good entrance, walks down the ramp, goes to get in the ring, and hooks his right leg on the middle rope and trips and falls down. It's like, fuck, bro.
He got his left leg all the way through and onto the mat, and as he's pulling his body and his right leg through, he gets caught.
This is still during his intro, man. His music's still playing, and he hasn't even got it in the ring. He fucked up. Yeah, he fucked up getting in the ring, dude, and I was like, man, that's fucked up, bro.
And then Triple H comes out in Dragula.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, he came out of some Dragula thing or something, like a little hot rod thing. That was cool, man.
Monster's car.
Well, Triple H has always got a bad entrance, man. A cool entrance, so. Yeah, it's that. I didn't see the Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair match. I heard there was a bunch of controversy over that crap. I don't care. Like I said, we're not wrestling historians. We're just call it like we see it here. When we decided to do this podcast, we were trying to make up our mind how we were going to do one, what it was going to be about. We did definitely want to tie it in with wrestling and stuff. So when we decided to, I decided I had to start watching these shows. I started to have to watch the whole Monday Night Raw.
And take notes.
Yeah, and that's when I really started realizing how much I really hate the product, man. And like, I wasn't a big fan of it. It's watched it since I was a kid, but I've always loved wrestling. But like everybody knows, man, it's gone to shit. And I still watch it, man. But when I started making these notes on this show, man, I started realizing how much work this is, and I don't know how much longer I might want to do this crap. But we'll see how far this podcast goes. But so yeah, Monday Night Raw last week. Yeah, I tuned in. I got my notepad, my pen. I sat there, and the first thing opening up, man, Kofi and Seth. Let's see. I think Seth. Yeah, Seth comes out first, and obviously, with He won the belt from Brock Lesnar.
Kofi?
No, Seth.
Oh.
Yeah, remember he kicked.
No, I do remember.
Yeah, he kicked Brock in the balls after he knocked the ref out of the way. The ref was distracted, selling his injury or whatever the fuck over there in the corner. He does the fucking nut punch. The referee conveniently pops up at the right time to make the 3 count. And Seth's your champ. So, then following night, Monday Night Raw, he comes out first, and he, I'm the Beast Slayer, talked all that shit. Kofi's music hits. Kofi comes out. I'm wondering, what the fuck is he on Raw? Isn't that a SmackDown guy? He comes out. They both go back and forth talking some stuff, and they decide that, okay, I want a belt versus belt match for the main event on Raw. So so whoever wins that match gets both belts. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, why the fuck would you want to do that? I can already predict what's going to happen. I already know, like, I can tell you right now, it's going to end with a disqualification, a run-in, or a count-out. So they start, they go back and forth. So they okay, that's going to be the main event. So it's just retarded. So then Ryder and Hawkins, that's your first match. Like, that whole segment with Kofi and Seth probably went on like 20 minutes. And then fucking Ryder and Hawkins, they're the new tag champions, man. They won the belt. They won the belts on WrestleMania. They're going against the Revival. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the names of the guys, man. I just know they're the Revival. Ryder and Hawkins win that match, and that's all I got on my notes, man. It was an okay match. I have nothing to complain about there, which is surprising, man, because I actually got to see a decent match. That was pretty good. Then Corbin comes out, talks shit. He comes out, and obviously he beat Angle in the WrestleMania retirement match. And he comes out and starts putting down Angle and all that stuff, and then Angle comes out. And he comes out like a badass, because Angle is a badass. He's always been one of my favorite wrestlers. He comes out there, gets in his face, says a few things, slams his ass, one of those Kurt Angle slams, and puts an ankle lock on him. That was really cool, dude. Then that new guy, Lars Sullivan, the dude from NXT or whatever, he comes out. He slams Angle. Or they stare at each other. They have a stare off. He slams him, gets on the top rope, does a flying headbutt. Boom, fucking Angle's out. I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know why. They could have picked a better way to get the dude over than beating up on an old fucking veteran like that, but whatever. That's how they do their shit. Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. That's the following match after that. So far, this is our second match in the show. The only thing that I noticed on that I wrote notes on was Bayley cheated. She tried to cheat. She got Alexis in a roll-up in the corner of the ring and held the rope. And I thought she was a babyface, bro. Right?
She is.
Well, she did a heel fucking move by holding the rope. And even the commentators fucking mentioned something about it.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make her a heel.
Right. I thought that was cool. It's kind of weird. But anyways, Bliss won that fucking match. Becky Lynch, she comes out. She's got to get her shit in. Talking, I got 2 belts now. Becky 2 belts, right? She comes out, talks shit. Got both the belts, bragging. She goes to leave, and she's walking down the ramp, and this chick, this new wrestler, Lacey. That's all I got down here, right? Lacey Evans. Okay, yeah. She comes out. Same fucking deal. I hate it when they fucking confront each other and they just stand there and stare at each other and shit. Like, we're just gonna stand here and stare at each other for a while. Like they did it with Angle. And now they're doing it with these 2 chicks, and then she throws a fucking sucker punch at her, man. Well, it wasn't really a sucker punch. How can it be a sucker punch if you're staring the chick in the face, right? Throws a punch at her, and it was a good punch. I mean, it looked real. They sold it good. And, of course, they both start throwing cheap-ass forearms at each other, and then it started looking fake. And Becky fucking got her in an arm bar and did all that shit on the stage. Okay, fuck. I was just stupid as fuck, bro. Okay, so the third match, that would be in Ricochet and Aleister Black. Blackochet, oh, that's what you call him. Yep. Ricochet and Aleister Black versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. These guys look fucking stupid with their fucking matching robes. I don't like it, man. And nothing against the talent, those 2 guys. I love fucking Bobby Roode. He was the shit. Chad Gable's a good wrestler. He's an excellent wrestler, and he's actually he was
like the gimmick.
Yeah, I'm not buying the gimmick, bro. I mean, like, but yeah, more flippy floppy shit. There was a point in the match where fucking I don't know what the hell was going on. I can't remember, man. This is like a week ago, but Rude's laying on the mat, and Alistair starts playing with Rude's tights. I don't know what the fuck was going on there, bro. What was going on there?
Well, I don't know.
Rude's laying there, and Alistair starts like pulling his tights up or something, dude. It's like, why are you fucking with the guy's tights? I don't know. I just made a note of that. I thought that was fucking weird.
There's not uncommon for there to be some tight touching and stuff like that during matches, but this was an uncomfortably long tight pull.
Well, you see wrestlers do it all the time. When they're getting their ass kicked, they get slammed around the ring a bunch, but they got to, like, conveniently reach back and, like, oh, my tights are sinking down too low. I got to pull them up. That shit pisses me off. Like, if you're in a real competition or a real fight with a person, the last thing you're worried about is what you look like. You want to kill that fucking guy. You want to beat him up. You want to fucking win the match, right? You're not thinking, like, oh, I better fix my tights, adjust my tights. This guy was adjusting his tights for him.
Yeah, I'm not talking about adjusting your own tights. I'm talking about there's times in matches.
Ronda Rousey does that a lot.
You will touch your opponent's tights. And there's times where that happens, and sometimes it'll pull or it'll stretch or it'll something. But this was uncomfortably long. There was a pulling of the tights that lasted for like seconds. And I was like, what the hell is this? What are you doing? Where's this going?
It was really awkward.
It made me feel uncomfortable.
And if you don't believe us, folks, go back and watch fucking last night Raw. You'll see it.
Yep.
Or last week's Raw, sorry. Or this week's Raw, right?
Last Monday.
Yeah, last Monday.
It was on the 8th.
Right.
The Raw from April 8th.
Okay. Well, long story short, Ricochet and Black won that fucking match. And I can't tell you if it was good or not.
Black as shit.
Hey, I didn't want to even fucking watch it. And then they go to a promo backstage. Elias is backstage. He's fucking around talking shit about Cena, I think. I can't remember, man. And then they go back to the ring. Ambrose is coming out. Now this is supposedly supposed to be his last match, right, for the company. His contract's run up. This is his fucking farewell, goodbye match and all that shit, right? He comes out to the ring, does his badass walk to the ring, gets in the ring, fucking looking around, fucking acting all weird like he does. And then the fucking main screen, like the Trinitron dude, like shit pops up, and there's like this box, and then this chicken head pops out of it. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And it was like a short segment. It was like, I don't know, fucking like 10 seconds long or something like that. And it's just like this, like the Jack in the Box that pops out of the fucking box. Instead of the Jack in the Box head, it's like some fucking chicken with like some fucked up feathers and shit, dude. Like, I was like, what the fuck is that? Everybody's looking at each other like, what the hell's going on? And then Bobby Lashley's music hits. Then he comes out. Was that really fucking necessary? Like, I don't understand where they're going with that, but fucking Lashley comes out, Leo Rush, his fucking his hype man. I guess you could call him a manager, but they don't do it like they used to. But he comes out talking shit. They have the match. Shit's going on outside the ring. I guess they end up attacking each other outside the ring. They're going around outside. Ambrose ends up throwing a chair and throws the chair at Lashley by the barricade and hits him with it. That's like the closest thing you're going to get to a fucking chair shot anymore in WWE. They won't ever fucking do headshots anymore. And I love it when they whack him on the back. That's like my favorite fucking thing. Like how they just conveniently bend over and say, wait for the chair shot in the back. That's fucking bullshit. Long story short, Lashley slams Ambrose to the fucking table. Bell never fucking rang. Stupid fucking match. Goodbye, Ambrose. Alright, that's your third fucking match. Now, then we go to another segment backstage with Mojo O'Reilly. We were talking about him before, remember?
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. He fucking disappeared for like a couple months.
Well, he was only there for a couple months, and then he.
No, he's been there a while, man. A couple of years, but they don't ever use him right, But like they go to this segment where he's like in this dark room. It's all black. There's a broken mirror. He's got blue face paint on. He's talking to himself in the mirror, and fucking, it's like, what the fuck's going on with that? All right, that's over. Now we go back to the fucking ring again. Sami Zayn comes out. We ain't seen this motherfucker in a while, right?
Right.
There's a fucking huge fucking pop. I was surprised the people were actually cheering his ass because he's a heel. He was a heel when he left. He's fucking. We don't know. So maybe he's a different guy now when he comes back. Maybe he's a babyface now. But he gets a fucking title match against fucking Finn Balor. Balor's the fucking what? Intercontinental fucking champion.
He's the belt for Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, he's the Intercontinental champ. Why does this guy disappear for fucking 2-3 fucking months? I don't know how long he was gone, but he just comes back and gets a title shot. Don't you have to work?
Sami Zayn, he was gone for 6 months.
Yeah, he was gone a long time. And then all of a sudden he just appears on Monday Night Raw. I'm back.
Yep, title
for a fucking title fucking shot. Don't you have to fucking work your way to a title shot, or they
Not
just
anymore.
Right?
That's wrestling historian shit.
Yeah, well, we already said we're not wrestling historians, like, dude. All right. But what I remember is, like, you know, you had to kind of start at the bottom and work your way up. You know, you're a bottom card, mid card, and then you get up to the fucking, you know, main event and status and shit. This guy just comes in and is like, fuck it, I get a fucking title match. I don't get that. It doesn't make no fucking sense. Anyways, he gets his fucking match. Finn Balor comes out, collar popping douchebag. He's got that fucking collar popping. He's popping his fucking collar. He's throwing his hands out and acting like a fucking idiot. I don't fucking get it, bro. Why? How many fucking times you gotta pop that fucking collar? I mean, I would at least get a better, like, jacket or something where the collar, like, maybe a little more cardboard or something in the collar so it doesn't fall down or something. But he's constantly adjusting that fucking collar and popping it, and it fucking drives me nuts. I hate it. You know you don't fucking like that shit. You talk shit about it too.
Yeah, well, I remember he got into the collar popping, and it seemed like he would have to pop a collar, I don't know, every 3 or 4 steps.
Right.
And then his collar went away, and we used to joke about how I thought Vince finally said, "Listen, you motherfucker, I'm tired of all that collar popping. You collar popping motherfucker, stop popping that collar." And he said, "Well, okay, Vince, I'll stop popping it." And he goes, "I'm telling you, I mean it. If you keep popping that collar, I'm taking the collar away." And he kept popping it.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden he came out with a jacket for, I don't know, 3 months that had no collar. So you can pop it all you want, but there's no collar to pop.
Those are just stupid little things that I noticed that I do not like. But anyways, fucking the match starts. They're going at it. At one point in the match, fucking Sami Zayn, like, Balor takes the dive outside the ring, and he's out there like everybody does, waiting for the dive. Here comes the fucking suicide dive. We're gonna blow your fucking mind. And Cole always fucking says that shit. I fucking hate that guy. So he does the fake dive. He goes to do the dive. He does some weird fucking flip, like he's gonna go over the rope. Fucking hits his thighs on the top rope, does a backflip, and lands in the ring. Really cool, dude. I can't fucking do that. That's fucking awesome. But then he starts doing this like weird fucking dance move and shit. And like, fuck, that's fucking weird. But anyways, they go at it some more. Fucking Balor fucking slams him down, and he starts going for that fucking move he does. He's gonna do that move, the what's it called, the stomp shit that he does.
The coup de grace.
Yeah, well, he slams Sammy down, and he's like pulling his tights, adjusting himself to make sure he's in the right position. I fucking hate that, dude. It's like, that is, if you're trying to make me believe this shit is real, the last thing a motherfucker's gonna do is get slammed down and then position himself in a position where the guy can hit him, man. If you're gonna fucking slam a dude down, like, if you're gonna do that to me, I'm gonna lay there, and if you wanna fucking, that's where I stay. If you gotta fucking do your move, you gotta move me in the right spot to make it look right. But I hate that shit. That's another pet peeve of mine, but anyways, it's a fucking stupid move. I hate that fucking stomp. Balor wins the match. And here's the thing that I thought was cool about it, is after the match, Sammy got on the fucking mic and was like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was like putting the fans down, talking about how they're all pieces of shit. It was really good stuff, man. And then the one thing I noticed, that as he was leaving the ring, he tells all the fans, "I will see you in hell." What the fuck?
Before that, do you remember him saying that he thought he would come back and see if it was a lot of fun, and hopefully this would be all excited, but it turned out it wasn't, and you people suck. And then he would
Oh, yeah.
hell.
I love that.
Like, wow.
Yeah, but the fact that he told him, I will see you in hell, left me wondering, what the fuck does that mean? Is he going to die?
No, he said he's going to continue to wrestle and be shitty. Remember?
I don't know, man.
Remember? Don't you remember? He said he's
Yeah.
gonna. He was hoping that this would be his rebound, and he was going to come back, and he was going to be at the top of the ladder, and things are going to go my way. And he already lost the match to Finn Balor. He's like, "You people suck."
It was great.
He goes, "I think I'm going to stay around just so I don't do well."
I just
Remember
can't.
that?
I just can't wrap my mind around the whole "see you in hell" thing when he just came back. When someone tells me "see you in hell," that's like to me that's like I'm leaving.
Do
Right?
you not remember?
Maybe he's not coming back next week.
Do you remember him saying, "I'm going to stay here and not do well just to piss you off"?
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
To me, that was as cool as going "see you in hell."
That was probably the best part of the whole show. But we're not done yet, folks. We still got more shits coming. All right, so from that they go backstage, and there that one girl interviewer. I don't know her name, man. But she's interviewing Dana Brooke. She's back all of a sudden. I haven't seen her in a while, and she's talking smack on Becky.
What do you mean you haven't seen her in a while? She used to be holding a clipboard for Titus O'Neil and Apollo.
Well, when I say a while, it's been a couple months, right?
Yeah,
She just disappeared.
I guess you're right. It's been 2 or 3 months.
We haven't seen her in a while, man.
Maybe 6 months since Titus has been doing that shit.
Yeah, Titus is cool. He never got the push he needed, man. I love that guy. Pancake Patterson, man. When he was doing that Pancake Patterson gimmick, fucking years and years ago, man. They did it one night and they never fucking did it again, man. I was like, that was his gimmick, bro. They should have stuck him with the Pancake Patterson gimmick and fucking let him run with that, but they never did. Ever since then, he was just doing jobs. So, you know, that whole little interview didn't take long. And she was talking smack on Becky. I guess she's the next contender to try to take Becky's belt. Whatever. Then they go back to the ring. Elias is in the ring talking shit on Cena because Cena interrupted him on WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
He's in the ring talking shit because I guess he was Cena was doing that Thugonomics thing or something. He came back with the Thugonomics gimmick or something, like he's a heel or some shit, right?
Yeah, Dr. Thugonomics.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't see that, but I saw like some replays of it on Raw. I thought that was kind of neat. Like, I would like to see Cena come back as a heel. Because like they did with Hogan, man, like he was a babyface for like 20-something fucking years. And when they turned him heel and he came out there and he said, all that shit I did for the kids and all that crap was all for the fucking money, right?
Prayers and vitamins for Hogan.
It was all bullshit, right? And then people went fucking batshit crazy and like they hated him, man, and wrestling exploded again, man. It was like huge, man. They were selling like NWO keychains at fucking AutoZone. I mean, like it was like insane, dude. Like, wrestling will never be that way again unless they turn Cena heel. They got to make that dude a fucking heel. I could see him coming out there and saying, all those 600 fucking Make-A-Wish fucking things I did for the kids, it wasn't me, man. It was for the fucking money. If they do something like that, they can make wrestling good again. Like, let's be honest. Like, if Cena did that, he'd get another, good 3-4 year run, right?
I think he might have 3 or 4 years anyway.
Yeah. But
You're saying he might have a 8 or 10 year run.
Right, if he turns heel, he can do like Hogan did. Like back then, Hogan couldn't work anymore, so they made him the fucking chicken shit heel, and he had all of his boys do the work for him, and he fucking had the belt, right?
Maybe
Fucking
he was the chicken in a box.
Maybe, yeah, whatever. Anyways, if they do that with Cena, I'm not even saying bring the NWO back, but if they could do something like that with Cena and have him be like the new leader of the NWO and have maybe Hogan come in as Hollywood.
Dude, just to comment on your point, because it seems like you're laboring this point a little bit, but I've heard interviews with Cena about the idea of him going heel. And before I say what I heard him say, I'll tell you what I thought. And what I thought was, Cena will never do that. That's just not who he is. He will never allow his character to turn. Turns out I'm wrong. When I heard him interviewed, the guy said, hey, there's a lot of buzz around the idea that you might turn. And
I wish you would.
And John Cena said, look, I need to help you understand something. I don't think about those things. And the guy's like, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, that's completely outside of my control. I have no control over where WWE and Vince McMahon take my character. And if they take my character and make him that, I'll do that, and I'll do it great. But in the meantime, all I can do is John Cena. That's what they give me to do, so I do that great.
Right.
So he's not opposed to being a heel.
I would hope not.
It's just not anything that's ever been presented to him by the organization. It's presented by fans and people like me and you who go, but as far as he's concerned, he doesn't care. And as far as the WWE is concerned, they've never introduced that idea to him.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting.
That's cool. Yeah, I wish he would turn heel, but yeah. So yeah. Anyways, like Elias is out there. He's pissed off about what Cena did to him on WrestleMania, interrupting his fucking jam session. And
it was a concert. It was a 3-man concert. Elias, and Elias.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but anyways, he's out there talking shit. Oh, so Undertaker's music hits. Here comes the fucking dead man. Where the fuck was he in WrestleMania, and why the fuck he wasn't in WrestleMania, and why the fuck would they bring him out the day after WrestleMania? Are they trying to work an angle with this guy, or what the fuck's going on? Every time he's had like both his hips fucking replaced, and I don't know, like every time he does a fucking leg drop, I cringe, dude. I don't want to see him like Ric Flair or Hogan like wrestling in their fucking 50s, bro. I don't want to see that.
Or even Kurt Angle.
Right, I want to remember.
Too long.
Yes, I want to remember him as a badass, not an old man, broken down old man. You know what I mean? But anyways, like Undertaker fashion comes out there, doesn't say a fucking word, same fucking thing. This is starting to become a thing, man. Like just the stare off in the ring, staring at each other, looking at each other, and then out of nowhere, big boot. Fucking Elias goes down, choke slam straight to hell. This is the second time in the show I've heard the word hell. And then he tombstones him and pins his ass.
He last rides him.
No, it was a tombstone.
Yeah, the tombstone is part of the last ride. Boom.
No, it's not. The last ride's the big fucking push, fucking power bomb and slam down.
The choke slam?
No, he choke slams him.
Okay.
And then he fucking picks him up and puts him in a tombstone, and then he fucking pins him. And like, I don't know why the fuck he's pinning him. It wasn't a match. There's no referee there to count the fucking 3. What the fuck is he pinning him for? I guess that's his gimmick. That's what I do after every tombstone. I just fucking pin him and stick my tongue out.
Yep.
Why the fuck did he do that? Made no fucking sense to me. Anyways, let's speed this shit up. Main event. Seth Rollins. I'm pissed off already because I talked about this in the beginning of the fucking recap because that whole fucking main event is bullshit. He's going against fucking Kofi. Belt on belt. Fucking... Why the fuck would you do that? It's stupid. Like I said earlier, I already predicted what's going to happen. It's going to be a run-in, a disqualification, no count-out, or a count-out. Sheamus and Cesaro come running in. Fuck shit up. DQ. Like, that's a big fucking surprise.
Well, wait, there's more.
Yeah, there is more. Seth gets on the fucking mic, and he says something like, I got to pick some bones. I got to pick some bones with you, man. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And, they fucking come out and they're like, now it's a tag match. Sheamus and Cesaro versus Seth and Kofi. We've seen this shit before. It's fucking crap. And then the fans started chanting bullshit, and I was laughing, dude. I was like, yeah, I would have been doing the same thing. And they go to commercial break like they always fucking do. Raw will continue. Raw continues live, and they go to commercial break. Why the fuck would you go to a commercial break and go into the commercial break saying Raw continues live? That makes no fucking sense. Wouldn't you say Raw will continue live after the match, after these commercial breaks? I mean, sorry.
Championship match.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that. Like, if you're going to a commercial break, you would say, Raw will continue after these commercial breaks. Instead, he says, Raw continues live. And then they go fade to black and go to commercials. That fucking shit pisses me off. I fucking hate Michael Cole, and I hate that fucking piece of shit that imitates him on fucking SmackDown. I can't even tell them apart anymore. They both sound the same. What's his name? The guy on fucking SmackDown, the commentator on there? I don't know his fucking name.
I have no idea.
Right. He imitates Cole. He sounds just like him. His aneurysms, when you see him on the camera, his hand gestures and every fucking thing he does is completely mimicking fucking Cole. It's bullcrap. Like, do you think they said, okay, we need a new commentator to do Raw, but we want you to be just like the motherfucker on Monday Night Raw? It's fucking ridiculous. I hate that fucking shit. Anyways, fucking fans are chanting bullshit. They go to commercial break, fucking, and then when they come back, there's shit going on. And here comes a suicide dive. I hate that fucking move. They fucking do the suicide dive, and then fucking dude gets fucking in the ring. They do the foot stomp on Cesaro. Seth and Kofi win. And that was your fucking Monday Night Raw recap. Bullshit like usual. Alright. Glad that's fucking over. So I did it, and there's your recap for Raw. I don't watch fucking SmackDown, so I'm gonna let Anthony take over this fucking segment. He can do his SmackDown review, which I'm guessing is probably just as shitty as Raw.
Kinda. It was SmackDown review. It was Tuesday, April 9th. Today is Saturday.
I thought it was Sunday.
Saturday. April 13th. So on the 9th, New Day opened the show, and there was this big balloon arch on the ring.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean balloon arch?
It was a big arch extended from one ring post to the other, and in the arch was like 50 balloons. 100 balloons, and they were white and yellow and red and orange and blue and green and purple.
Kind of like a Mardi Gras or something.
Kind of like a rainbow.
Yeah.
Kind of like a rainbow. Kind of like a New Day thing, and it was weird. But anyway, New Day came out, and New Day basically says Kofi Kingston's great. He's the champ. He had to go through hell. Blah, blah, blah. Kofi Kingston. Blah, blah, blah. And then, after all of that, Kofi takes the mic and says, hey, it's been a long time, and thanks to you, and I'm the champ. And he's giving his speech when he's interrupted by the bar. The bar.
I like those guys. Those guys are good.
The bar comes out. And then
I don't understand their whole like camouflage kilt shit that they do. Like, you know, their whole costume is kind of weird, but those guys are badass. Sheamus is a badass, so is Cesaro.
Yeah, they should have been singles guys, but they ruined them and made them tag teams. So anyway, they introduce at the end of the opening, they introduce that there's going to be a 6-man tag match main event. The New Day versus the Bar.
All right, I want to interrupt you real quick. Cesaro isn't even Irish, and he wears a fucking kilt, so that don't make no fucking sense either.
Yeah. So it's going to be the Bar.
Kind of like Piper, where he was a Canadian and he wore a fucking kilt and claimed to be Irish.
Plus McIntyre versus the New Day, and they come back from break. And Blackachet plus Ali versus Nakamura, Rusev, and Andrade. So as we're getting ready to start really the first match of the show, I'm already troubled. I'm uncomfortable. I'm not happy because
Why?
The opening of the show talked about how the main event is going to be a 6-man tag match. And then we come back from break and we have a 6-man tag match. And I'm like, that's just too many 6-man tag matches.
Yeah, two men, too many.
And 2 matches too many. I don't need a 6-man tag match ever.
When you got an extra 2 guys and there's just too much shit to fucking try to fill or get in, you know?
So anyway, we're in the second part and the first match, and it's Blackachet and Ali versus Nakamura, Rusev, and Andrade. Lots of flipping. And I only say that without any real explanation because I really don't care that much about flipping.
Well, enlighten the listeners about what you're saying.
Do that right now.
What do you mean by flipping?
Well, See, first I need to enlighten you by what I mean by Blackochet, which is Aleister Black and Ricochet. And Ricochet is a flippy dude to begin with.
He does it good. He's a good flipper.
He's got a shooting star press. He does a 540. He does a lot of flippy shit.
He should be a
He's
luchador.
really good at it. He's very acrobatic, but
Right.
as a fan, it works out to be flippy. So the match goes on, lots of flipping,
Lots of flopping.
and Ali pins
Flipping and
Andrade,
flopping.
who I like. I like Andrade, but he gets pinned by Ali, and I think, well, that's fucked up, but okay, at least that's over. And it's not over. Randy Orton sneaks in and RKO's Ali. And I go, well, that was weird. I didn't know he was even mad at him. But okay, at least that's over, so now it's over. But I was wrong again. Kevin Owens comes out and stunners.
Okay, wait a minute. It was a 6-man tag match. Now we got, what, 8 guys involved?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on, man?
Except that the other 3 guys have left.
Okay.
So there's only 3 guys with 2 now interferers. One was Randy Orton, and now Kevin Owens stunners. And I don't know. I didn't make a note of whether it was Nakamura or Rusev, and I didn't rewind it to fill in the blanks. I'm not going back. I missed that. I don't know who he stunnered, but he stunnered somebody, and now finally that segment's over.
That match is over. It's done. Who won?
Ali pinned Andrade,
Okay.
and then RKO on Ali, and then a stunner on somebody. So then they go backstage, and there's an interview. The chick backstage is talking to the Usos, and the first question is, if it wasn't for you guys forfeiting, then Kofi wouldn't have even had the belt. There's that whole conversation going on, and then the Usos go, "Yay, Kofi!" Now that's not exactly what they said. They said Kofi deserves it. Anyway, my take on it was, "Yay, Kofi!" And then they go, okay, well, now that you're Yay Kofi, what about the Hardys? You've got a match then with them tonight for the belts. And they're like, yeah, we're going to beat the Hardys.
That's right, because they won the belts. The Hardys won the belts on WrestleMania.
No, the Hardys won the belts on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
The Usos had the belt after WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. The Uso Penitentiary. They act like they're all hard, like they've been in the joints or something,
So
I've done time, man.
The next thing was R-Truth and Carmella come out. And they just come out and they're happy people, bro. They're just out there being happy.
I think Carmella's hot.
And they didn't do the 7-second dance break or 8, whatever that is. They didn't do that, and I was glad about that. But anyway, while they're out there just being happy, Samoa Joe interrupts them. And he comes down and he attacks R-Truth. And he puts R-Truth in a clean clutch. And while he's doing that, Braun Strowman then interrupts R-Truth being in the coquina clutch of Samoa Joe and attacks
Why?
Joe.
Why would he do that?
I don't know why. But while he was in there, he attacked Joe. And then Joe's like, fuck you, and put him in a coquina clutch.
On Strowman?
Yeah, yes. And then Strowman escapes the clutch. And then he goes to lift up Joe and like slam him or something or do something to him while he picks him up, but he can't lift him up. He couldn't lift him up. He
So you mean to tell me the guy that can flip cars over and pull fucking flip entire stage sets over and smash tables, this guy can't lift fucking Joe?
Yeah, can't lift Samoa Joe. And so then Samoa Joe...
That's believable.
In my notes, I put Samoa Joe runs away, which is not accurate. He left.
He just walked away.
Yeah, he walked away.
He said, fuck this, I'm done.
So then we come back for the next segment, and it's the Iconics. And I'm going to do my best Australian thing.
Are they really from Australia?
Yeah, they are from Australia. Are you kidding me? They think
I hate their
best.
gimmick.
They're iconic. They are iconic. and they're the best, and they won the belts, and that proves it right there. And then, as they're doing all of that, and they're talking like this, it cuts to a chicken in a box.
Okay, the chicken's back. He's back on. He
Yes.
was on Raw, and now he's back
now
on
that he's
SmackDown.
on SmackDown. The box is actually smoking.
What's the chicken look like?
I don't know, man. Like a dead animal, a bird, maybe a pterodactyl that was.
That's what I remember seeing. It looked
It looked
shitty.
like a pterodactyl that was pre-born.
It looked like a goddamn
It
like
lived.
a puppet or something, like a hand puppet.
It's not good, but it was laughing like a man, which to me was like.
So the
The
chicken
chicken's doing that.
the chicken can talk,
No,
or he can laugh. He can laugh.
And there's a lot of smoke, so I was confused a little bit. Was he laughing or was he coughing? There was smoke in the box, so he could have been.
Yeah, he's really coughing.
He could have been coughing. He could have been laughing. You see how close that is.
Well, I think that's that Bray Wyatt guy. I think he's coming back, right? The Eater of Worlds.
So
That's my guess.
They leave the chicken in the laughing chicken in a box smoking. The laughing chicken in a smoking box. That's over, and they go back to the Iconics, who I'm telling you, they've decided we're the tag team champs, and we're gonna have a title match tonight because we're the best, and we're gonna fight some local girls.
What's the chicken got to do with these girls? I don't understand that.
I can't answer that. I have no
Right.
idea. It just was what happened, and I reported it. I don't know why it happened. I don't know what it means, but that happened. And then the other stuff happened that I'm telling you about now. So the local chicks, the Iconics, want to fight because they're the best. They have the belts and they're the best. And now we're going to fight the best in Brooklyn because SmackDown was in Brooklyn.
They must have been short on talent. They brought in the indie wrestlers.
They brought in the Brooklyn Bells.
They do that sometimes.
So then my next note is, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then my next note after that is, joke.
Yep.
It was a joke match. Although, I was pleasantly surprised a little bit because the Brooklyn Bells actually got some offensive moves in. There was a couple of forearm shivers. The Brooklyn Bells did a couple of things, but they lost.
I don't know what chick it is. Like that one of the girls on that tag team, she's just got a weird fucking face, man. I can't
They both are weird looking.
Yeah, just like, man, something's up with her.
So that match ends, and they cut to backstage and show, you know how sometimes the wrestlers are watching the monitors backstage of the match that we just watched?
Yeah, that's realistic.
Yeah, well, that's what's going on. And Paige was watching, and then the girl with the microphone is like, so, Paige, first of all, she's not like, Paige, what are you doing here? Which is what I would have been asking. But she's like, what do you think about the match? And she's like, oh, you just wait until next week, because she's English. I can't do the English after the Australian. But anyway, Paige says, I'm bringing a tag team match. You watch. Next week, I'm bringing back a new tag team match. It's going to be great. And I'm like, well, you were injured. You can't wrestle. Are you in the tag team? Are you cleared now? Are you a manager? What's going on? They didn't answer that. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, they're probably going to bring her back like they did Daniel Bryan. They told Daniel Bryan he'll never wrestle again. Paige had like that injury a couple years ago. She's all jacked up. But yeah, they'll probably bring her back and put her back in the ring again eventually. Which, it blows my mind, man. It's like, China goes out and has some porno, that makes porno and does all that shit, and she gets basically blackballed from WWE. This bitch goes out, does some fucking homemade porno movies. Like, China at least did like professional porno, right?
I think that was where the problem was.
Yeah, that was probably the problem. But she goes and gets a few things leaked out on the internet or something, her own home porno shit, and like they're cool with that. It's okay, we can bring her back. I don't get that, but it's like with Hogan, man. They blackballed his ass over some stupid shit.
So then Shane O'Mac comes out, and his initial thing is, I'm the best in the world.
Best in the world.
I beat The Miz, and I beat Mr. Miz. Now, when he says
Miz.
he beat Mr. Miz, he's talking about Miz's dad,
Right.
the baked potato face.
Is that what he called him? Baked potato face?
Yes, he's called him a bunch of times, at least twice.
That's
over
funny.
and over. Yeah, he's done
That's
that.
a good one. I have to use that.
So then he calls in to the ring the in-ring announcer, the guy who says, and weighing in at from this that guy,
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
the guy, the in-ring announcer, the guy who says, "No, introducing."
Oh, that guy, yeah, the champion shit.
The ring announcer.
This is the one-on-one. It's a one-fall match for the world
That
heavyweight championship.
Yes.
They can't even say champion shit right.
Yes.
Or I'm even saying it wrong. Championship. It's not a it's not a shit. It's a ship. Sorry, go ahead.
So that guy,
Yeah, I hate that guy.
he brings him into the ring
They get paid too much money, man.
because whenever Shane comes out, that guy is supposed to make a really big deal about the best in the world.
Did he say world right, or did he go, whoa?
Shane Meg. And anyway, he does all of that, and Shane doesn't like it, and he grabs him by the tie, and he bullies him up like he's been doing for the past couple of weeks, and leads him around by the tie, makes him do it over and over again, and it's just ridiculous. So then, after that, they replay on SmackDown the Undertaker versus Elias Weird thing that happened yesterday on Raw.
All right, I just covered that.
So then, after that, the Hardys and the Usos for the belts. The belts, the tag team belts.
The champion Chuz.
So
The champion Chub belt.
after the match,
Belts.
the match goes on. There's nothing memorable in the match except the Hardys win for the 8th time. Oh, and Jeff Hardy, he kept his shirt on.
Did you know that fucking the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Anvil only won the fucking, they were only tag team champions twice in their whole career.
No, I did not know that.
And they were an excellent tag team, bro. And these motherfuckers are won 8. Like, it's mind boggles me, bro. I don't get it. Like, belts change hands so fast now. You know, he used to not do that back in the day.
I didn't think we were wrestling historians.
Well, we're not, but I heard that on the Hall of Fame thing I
I'm
watched.
just kidding, bro. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
So while the Hardys are getting their belts after beating the Usos for the tag team champions, they're interrupted by Lars. And he squashes both Jeff and Matt. And then they go to a break, come back. Becky Lynch, who does a review again of Raw, where she got punched by Lacey Evans.
Yeah, they do a replay.
And then after the replay, she said, but I'm still the first undisputed women's champ.
Do they do that on Raw? Do they replay SmackDown shit on Raw? Because I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. You didn't mention it, but I mentioned it twice.
Yeah. So SmackDown's all about what Raw's up to, but Raw don't give a fuck about SmackDown.
But SmackDown's more viewed than Raw.
Yeah. Well, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
So then Becky says, oh yeah, don't forget I'm Becky Two Belts.
Right.
And then
She does have 2 belts.
she's leaving and she gets sneak attacked again by Lacey Evans, punch in the face. So now we're ready for the main event, which we started at the beginning of the show with New Day coming out in the balloon arch. And the tag match is the New Day and the Bar plus McIntyre. I did not have a lot of review about the match.
Who won?
One thing, I'll tell you that in a second. Before the winner, though, Drew McIntyre takes Elijah?
Xavier Woods.
Xavier, and he Alabama slams him on an announce table. It was pretty cool. They didn't clear the table off. They didn't remove the top part. They didn't do anything. They just slammed him on it. To answer your question, Kofi pins Sheamus. So New Day wins. And then Kofi brings in his family, his wife, his 2 boys, and celebrate the winning of the winning after the win.
Okay, so they beat Sheamus. He beat Sheamus, right? He pinned him.
Kofi pinned Sheamus.
Why are they so excited about that? I don't understand.
Because
Like, it wasn't for belts or anything, right? There was no belts on the line.
No, it was just a six-man tag match because the Bar is trying to be Rudos and Kofi is trying to be babyface. So they gave Kofi the win over Sheamus, part of the Bar, even after McIntyre, Alabama slammed that motherfucker on the announce table. You feel me?
Yeah.
See how that all works?
He didn't even clear the table off, you said earlier. He's like, you just slammed him right on it.
Just slam that motherfucker.
And the table didn't break.
Last note I have is that at least a bunch of times they said things like the WWE shake-up, the Superstar shake-up next week shake-up next week. We're going to mix it up next week. Next week's the big shake-up.
Yeah, and eventually there's going to be the roster fucking thing. Anyways, so bottom line, fucking wrestling sucks. The WWE product is fucking bullshit. I still watch the shit, but I don't know why. But you know, it is what it is. But that was your fucking recap, your Raw and SmackDown review. There's one thing I know I wanted to mention about when you were mentioning the Hardys. I remember one time, like back 4 years ago, we went to see the TNA show here in Phoenix. So it was like the Bound for Glory fucking thing or whatever. And we got really cheap tickets. I got like $10 fucking tickets to sit in the handicap section.
Exactly $10.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was a good show. Just a little note for you listeners: if you can't afford tickets for a front row, get the fucking cheap ones and get the handicap section fucking tickets because there's a good view, and you got a lot of leg room, man, and a lot of room to move around. It's awesome, man. I ain't fucking complaining about it. We weren't handicapped, but we were amongst a bunch of handicapped people, right?
No, I called and said, look, your commercial says Bound for Glory, tickets starting at $10. And I will buy, what was it, 3 or 4 or whatever.
That was 3 tickets.
However many of it was going to go. I'll buy those tickets for $10.
Yeah, $30, 30 guys, man.
And the person on the phone
good
goes, that's cool, we'll sell them to you. But you need to know the $10 tickets are in the handicap section. And I said, okay. I guess I'm sitting in the handicap section. Turned out it was great.
You definitely ain't standing, that's for sure.
It was great.
Yeah, fucking there was me, you, and my buddy Chris, R.I.P. man, I love that guy, man. He's not here with us no more, but we were sitting there. There was a father and his son about 2 rows below us, and the kid had he was a huge Jeff Hardy mark. He had these instead of the arm socks, he must have took his mom's old used pantyhose or something like that and had it on his arms.
Flesh colored.
Yeah, they were like flesh colored pantyhose, man. You know, it's like, okay, Matt Hardy doesn't wear flesh colored pantyhose. Maybe you should have got a black pair, but it just looked ridiculous, man. That's okay. I'm not fucking clowning on him or nothing, but as soon as fucking Jeff comes out, I can't remember who he was wrestling. It might have been a singles match or tag, whatever the fuck. I boo the guy because I always cheer the heels, man. I'm a heel guy, bro. You know, so I boo the guy. The kid looks back at me. I boo him again. Later on, he looks back and starts cussing at me and saying a bunch of shit to me. So then I just let him have it. I just told him, I go, Dad's sitting right there next to him. I was like, your father ought to be ashamed of you. He shouldn't even let you go out in public wearing pantyhose on your fucking arms. You're wearing your mommy's fucking used pantyhose on your arms. Look at you. You look like a goddamn fucking idiot. And I started yelling at this little kid, man, about, hey, man, we're all fans. We pay money to come here and chant and boo where the fuck we want to do. But he took it personal and continued to cuss me out, and I just continued to insult the kid. And it's kept, every time I threw an insult at him, I watched his dad just sink further and further in his seat. I mean, he was embarrassed as fuck. Eventually, they end up moving, getting the fuck out of the whole section and moving a couple of rows down from us. But if you go to a show and you pay money and to see the show, you're entitled to boo or cheer or whatever the fuck.
Or wear pantyhose on your arms.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, whatever you want. You dress like a fucking idiot. That's fine. Whatever. But like, if you're gonna start insulting me and telling me I'm a fucking idiot, fucking that's one thing, man. Like, then it's on, man. Then I'm gonna insult you back. And if you can't fucking take the heat, get your ass out the kitchen, man. That's all I gotta say. But that was fucking hilarious. I'll never forget that. Anyways. That's our fucking segment, the Monday Night Raw recap. That's your fucking SmackDown recap. Anything else you want to talk about before we fucking sign off on this shit?
Did you want me to read about the Bond guy?
The Bond guy.
Yeah, the guy who used James Bond technology and now he's in trouble for not paying tolls.
Okay, so this is going to be like the current event section of the program.
Oh yeah, it's very current.
Yeah, how current is it?
Oh, I got it today.
All right, so we're gonna hear this fucking story.
It was one day ago. The story was one day ago. The headline is, Texas man used James Bond technology to hide his license plate.
What?
Now he owes
James Bond technology to hide his license plate.
Yeah. Now he owes $5,400 in tolls.
Okay. How did he hide his license plate in James Bond style?
I'm about to tell you. Here's how the story begins. Ready?
I think so.
A Texas man was arrested after cops realized he was using a license plate flipper to avoid paying tolls. The Harris County Precinct 4 Constable's Office charged Preston Cody Talbot with possession of the device. The license plate flipper, like something out of a James Bond film,
That's cool.
gives the user the ability to flip their license plate 180 degrees to display another plate. It's installed at the back, and the driver only has to press a button to switch the display. A website that sells these devices says the product is great for use in car shows, advertisements, or as a novelty, but they discourage the use of their product to avoid red light cameras, beating red light cameras, or avoiding toll booths or toll cameras. But Talbot didn't heed that advice. He was pulled over after a routine traffic stop for not paying a toll.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me stop you. How did he get caught?
It didn't say that. It just says he was pulled over at a routine traffic stop for not paying the toll. And the officers arrested him after they noticed the license plate flipper was installed.
So that's the thing.
Yeah, now he owes $5,400 in tolls.
Well, that's pretty smart. I just wonder how he got caught, though. Like, they'd have to, like, inspect the vehicle and notice that shit. I don't know. Anyways.
Some cop was sitting by the toll booths and noticed he didn't pay and didn't understand what was that about and pulled him over and then noticed the flipper and then arrested him.
Okay, so, like, if people want to read more further into this story,
MSN.
MSN?
Yep, it was one day ago.
Okay.
MSN.com.
Okay, so if you give a shit about that, you can go on MSN and look that shit up.
Yep.
Anyways, that was your current event section. We did our fucking wrestling fucking review, and fuck you. This fucking podcast is over. Hopefully next week it'll be more professional. Like I said, folks, this is our first fucking run through it.
First run.
Well, yeah. Everybody's got a fucking podcast out there. Now we got one, and go fuck yourself, and have a nice day. Lights!